Hero.
Hello.
Ugh.
I have something that I made that I would like to share as well.
What's that?
I made a top 10 game list. Not 10, it was top 5. Top 5 game list. I
Okay.
don't have the best memory, so I decided to settle with 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly don't remember more than like 7 games.
Uh,
And it's kind of like a thing where like, oh, sorry, whoa, my voice got weird. Mm. It's kind of like a thing where because I don't remember that many games, maybe
hmm
I don't really have a top 10.
Yeah.
I remember Pal World, but Pal World also I wouldn't necessarily consider it a top. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yes. I
Um,
get it.
Pal
I have
World
quite a
is.
few games I've
Mm,
played, but there's a lot that aren't in the list.
I think my thing with top 10, my top 5 is the fact that like would I play it without friends?
Yeah.
I think that's the fascinating, like, question that I
Yeah.
would have to ask myself is, would I play it without friends there? And honestly, there are very few games I would play alone that aren't
hmm
hentai games.
Yeah.
What I guess you would call me a true a true
Co-op?
a true hentai gamer, I think.
Ah.
Because I think the games I usually play are usually hentai games. One thing as well is like that's usually the stuff I play alone specifically. Um,
Yeah.
one thing as well is I was actually thinking about something really interesting. I was actually
Uh-huh.
thinking about this, and I was like, there, you know, Scoville units, like the pepper meter, the spice meter.
The what?
Basically, the spice meter, the Scoville units, I think
Oh,
they're called.
Scoville
Yeah,
units. Yeah, I
yeah.
thought. Yeah.
The Scoville units, there's like a tier list, right?
Yes.
I actually was thinking about something really interesting, and that's the fact that when it comes to adult content, most people, the majority, are actually
Uh-huh.
at Pepper, where they, you know, Pepper, contrary to popular belief, actually does have Scoville units.
Yes, it does.
And what the thing is most people are there. Like, sexy outfits, bikini models, it's like stuff like that, and like a character that has a good personality that you get attached to, you know, like literally Overwatch
Yeah.
is a good example. Where they're not
Yeah.
watching the content, quote unquote,
Mhm.
they're experiencing the character itself. Like Tracer, for instance,
Yeah.
people would like Tracer because she's cute, right?
Yeah.
But the people who actually get into it, right? They're actually, and the majority of the ones that actually get into like actual like adult content, they're around jalapeno, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like really, honestly, quite mild comparatively to
Yes.
what is actually out there, right?
Yep.
In fact, that book, the one about the Minotaur and the lady, I think it's got something milking farm, I think, where they milk Minotaurs. That's actually, contrary to popular belief, in the jalapeno range. Because it's, like, if you actually read it, yes, it's about a monster, but it's extremely, extremely tame comparatively to what is actually out there. My average is around the Hawaiian chili pepper. And if you like Google the Hawaiian chili pepper or like the Scoville unit thing, and you look at the Hawaiian chili pepper, you'll know it's like really high up there. But the stuff I get when I'm really, really craving something crazy is around ghost chili. But like the real ghost chili isn't even the hottest pepper.
No, it's not.
It's beaten by
But
like 3 or 4 different ones.
3 or 4, yes.
And each one of those peppers are really, really, really high above the power of a ghost chili. Like
yes.
California Reaper, Scorpion peppers, and I think there's a new one. There's a new one that's
Yep.
even more worse than that. Just like there is with adult content. There's a new one that's really fucked up. But it's like a thing where like it's like a thing where it's like the more advanced you get when it comes to the Scoville unit of like adult content, the more what I noticed is a lot more really interesting is the more tame it the more tame it looks on the surface, right? It's like a weird thing. You know how I say I crave classy lewd, where the lewdness is a treat rather than just being an ass in your face.
In your face. Yeah.
That's the kind of shit I crave. Because unironically, it's like the Dark Souls of hentai. I want to earn the right to be in your legs, right? Gotta make me work for it. And the way you notice that is I play a lot of the games, but I play the games, and if I like the gameplay, I will play the game and unlock the gallery in a single sitting.
Oh, jeez.
And that's kind of sort of how I play the adult games.
I'm not even close to that, Jenna.
Yeah.
I'm probably in the salt and pepper or pepper.
Yeah, you're around salt and pepper. You also have the real thing, but also a thing of like that. It's not necessarily what we are talking about. There's also like a Scoville units of that too. But when it comes to real versus fictional content, the fictional content can reach like higher than you could ever go real life. You know.
Yes.
Like. The Scoville units of an actual like sexual intercourse is actually extremely tame compared to the shit that you see on hentai, or literature too. Because like literature is also a thing where that shit gets fucking crazy. Like you know those ladies who are into that book, like I said, the Minotaur book. A lot of them don't even know that there are literature made for women on the internet, has to be on the internet, by the way, because it's that fucked up, that you can find that is meant for the crazy bitches, right?
Oh.
One thing as well, the ladies who read that stuff are usually some of the nicest, calmest, cutest ladies, right? That's the one thing about like the whole classy lewd thing is that you gotta break through the onion like unedible layer to get to the good part, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's more like a coconut, actually. So you'll be beating your head against the shell of a coconut before you get to the good part, and you get to the good part and you're like, oh my god, you know? The people who first try a coconut for the first time, like they gotta work for it, but like when the taste is like not everybody's cup of tea, right? That's why it's more like a cup.
But I love good.
And then there's the one.
It was a lot of work.
There's an aged coconut. They have one. I think they have coconut hearts, where they're starting to turn into a tree because they're like brown, but they've been sitting there for a bit, dude. It's sweet for some reason. It's so fucking good. Like, that's what you're breaking into the show. And if you find that, you find a coconut heart, you found one of the lewdest, most fucking crazy kinky ass bitch you ever come across. And to show you the truth, it's definitely not everybody's cup of tea. Most people eat a green coconut. They don't let a coconut sit there for days until it turns brown and starts splitting open. You pop that fucker up and you see dust, you know you got a good fucking coconut. That's advanced coconut stuff, right? Where it's like,
I didn't even know that about coconuts.
But like, legitimately, if you come across a lady who's like extra like classy and cute and stuff like that, you never know what she's gonna be like on the inside. Kind of like a thing where, like, if you see me real life, I'm usually pretty fucking chill. In fact, I'm not like naked or like in booty shorts or like constantly talking about like sex in public. I do have this thing where I will have a conversation about it sometimes, but if you actually were to, you would have to break through a shell before I'd even let that out. You know,
Yeah.
I'm usually dressed in a aloha shirt and slacks, but in order to figure out what kind of person I am, you'd have to either come to the streams or you would have to be like in with me, you know? Thing is, like, I'm a lot friendlier online than I am in person because people in person kind of sort of bother me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's my little rant about like that's what I wanted to rant about today. Oh, also I wanted to put out the game list. Also, I'm probably gonna clip this. I'm gonna highlight this because I think it would be a really interesting conversation. But I wanted to get out my game list at the end because I think it would be really interesting because that's what started this in the first place. But let me see. Where is it? It's right here. Gina's top 5 games. 5 is Warframe, 4 is Echoes of Aincrad, 3 is Genshin Impact, 2 is Legend of Mana, and 1 is Duet Night Abyss. And yes, I am the cringe motherfucker who will indeed put Echoes of Aincrad above Warframe and Genshin Impact. To be
Now, I will say Legend of Mana is pretty good, so I can actually agree with number 2.
Yeah, to agree with number 2 is definitely good. I think that with me, it's like a thing where like it's a personal list. Yep. And because it's a personal list, it's kind of a thing of like it's going to be different for everybody. Whenever somebody has their top 5 list, I hate whenever they say it's objective fact. Also, hi Kenji. But whenever you have a list of your favorite shit, a lot of the time people forget that this is not objective, it's subjective. Yeah. It's kind of a thing that a lot of people seem to like not entirely understand, you know?
Hello, Jazz.
No.
Yeah, where's my fucking... There it is. But like, people would also be all like, what do you mean you're Hawaiian Chili Pepper and Ghost Chili? What the fuck are you watching? Let's just say I cannot say. Like, unironically, I'm unable to say, like, some of the... Not all of them, but some of the titles of these games because a lot of them are, like, really out there. The thing is they're not even the worst kind of games you could come across, which is really interesting. But my favorite adult games are some of the most extreme. The thing is, though, the extreme ones, while also being high quality, it doesn't have to just be extreme. It has to be high quality too. I'm not someone who will accept an extreme game if it isn't high quality. It's kind of like being super into a certain type of tag. But, like, every single time you see that tag, it's shit. So you have this thing where it's super rare that you would actually come across this tag and actually look at it and give it enough time because you don't get the quality. But every single time you do get the quality, it's, like, amazing. It's a really good example, actually. Like, how do I say this? Like, if you're into like, what is it like furry stuff? Like, there's sometimes where you look for furry stuff and all you come across is like super weird shit. But what if all you're looking for is some just straight up like vanilla furry? You always come across the bad quality stuff, right? But super vanilla, like flat chested, like regular looking proportions, just straight up just vanilla furry shit, if that makes any sense, is extremely hard to come across. That's really high quality. It's always like weird shit, like, and I don't know how else to explain it, because that's the best way to explain it. Because you actually, if you look at furry stuff, you always come up like super weird shit, right?
Yeah.
But like I have it's very rare for me to find my ghost chili style of adult content, because I require high quality versions of it, and a lot of the time they don't come in high quality versions, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, you know, the whole thing I like is to unlock the gallery. Sometimes when they are really good, they don't have a gallery, which
Yeah.
always bothers the shit out of me. I'm over here like, dude, my thing is I like a good game that I can unlock the gallery, you know? One thing is though, a lot of the time it's also similar to Dark Souls, and I'm over here like, why? Like, if it's similar to Dark Souls, I don't really like it as much, because a lot of the time there are people who kind of sort of don't really understand game development trying to make a game based off of Dark Souls. It's like hard for the sake of hard is not the point of Dark Souls, but a lot of people who make adult Dark Souls games don't really understand that, you know?
Yeah.
And then you come across a game that's really good, like it's high grind, simple, action combat, and it's like, oh, this is so good. You beat the game, right, and you expect the gallery to unlock, and you're like, okay, the gallery unlocked, what is it now? And then literally, like, you click on it, and it's like, oh, damn, you really have me walking up to a static enemy instead of having me watch a scene, and I have to control it, and every single time I do the finish, I'm forced into restarting the level. I'm over here like, okay, good game, good scenes, bad gallery. I don't think I'm gonna play this as much. You know, like that's the one thing a lot of people will be in when they get advanced, is they get super fucking picky. You know. Anyway, let's continue with the story of the game. Actually, do I have any gear that I can make, actually? Oh, actually, there was a piece of gear that I got a hold of that I actually want to check. It was like a sickle or something.